Welcome to another episode of the greatest podcast on the internet. And today we have my man here, Elff. To be honest, I don't even know his name. Like, he's just instantly taken over the internet.
Yeah. Elff is good. Elff is good.
Elff is good. We're just going to stick to Elff. Okay. I've never asked you for your name or anything.
No, no one really. It's actually funny. I think more people have called me Elff than my actual name the last 2 months. Because, I've just been doing the spaces all the time. It's just Elff this, Elff that. It's pretty weird. But because your name is your name, it's,
100%.
So mine's like an alias, right? So a lot of people don't even know my name. Like when I give people my phone number, they're like, "What's up, Elff?" You know what I mean? I'm like, "What's good?" So they just know me as Elff. Yeah.
So what is your real name though?
It's Ryan.
Okay, Ryan.
Yeah.
So that girl that you were talking to last night at the club, were you saying Ryan or you're saying
Ryan?
Oh, you did tell her Ryan.
No,
okay.
Yeah. I didn't mention any of the social media. I mean, she probably figured it out because there's 50 cameras everywhere with your squad, and then there's Sean Perry knocked out Mozzie, and Mozzie's a simp with the banners and stuff. So she probably figured out some stuff was going on. But no, I mean she knows my name. I don't go up to girls and say, "Yo, I'm Elff." No, I can't do that. Normal names for the girls, but business stuff Elff, it works. Gambling world, yeah.
So for anyone that's been living in a rock, by the way,
yeah,
just so people know. He has a space on Twitter that you started, 2 months ago?
2 months ago, yeah.
That is the most viral thing on the internet. The drama is just, how did this happen, man? It's just
Yeah, it's a funny story because I used to stream my betting back in January. So I had a really small community. I'd be streaming to 50 people and I loved it. Okay. But the problem was I got limited or banned from every casino. So I couldn't.
Oh, so you're firing sharp stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm sharp. I'm pretty sharp, not super sharp compared to a lot of people, but I'm good at gambling, right?
Okay.
And I got banned from every casino besides FanDuel. They have me at 10%, which is great. I still use it. But yeah, I was bored. I would just be betting by myself. I was bored on my PC. So I would just fire up these spaces and my friends would come in and talk, right? And even from the right from the start, it has been going exactly like it goes now. Everyone just comes in and starts chirping each other, beefing with each other. People do not like each other in the gambling scene. They just don't. And they just do it on my show. And it's entertaining as hell. And I'm the host and I literally laugh my ass off. So yeah, that's kind of how it started. I was just bored. I was
By the way, it's not just people. You have people in there for instance, there was a huge fight yesterday between Mozzie VS and me. Yeah. You have Des Bryant in there. You have Mickey Mason there. I mean, who else have you had in this space so far?
Amanda Vance was in there. I think you named most of the top ones, but Spanky's in there a lot.
I mean, it's just now getting started, obviously. It's blowing up. You got millions of views yesterday alone. Yeah. And well, I mean, dude, it's going to take over.
Yeah.
Bro.
And it's also branching out into just general people as well. Jack Mack from Barstool's in there all the time. Jeff Nadeau, that girl, there's Pearl, this girl Pearl, who's she does conservative content. She pulls up late at night to give the boys some girl advice and stuff.
Wait, so you have conservative content going on a space where people are just going at each other in the most ignorant way possible?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's conservative, because it's literally open to anyone. Literally anyone can come on. People were saying that I would lay a pillow out for Putin if he wanted to come on my show. Literally anyone could come on. It doesn't matter. Actually, I literally look for people who have scammed someone or owe someone money. That's literally what I look for on my show and bring them on and get people that this person owes you 10,000, get him on. And then I do it with MPB's bookies. You know what I mean?
I remember that story, right? Tell them about what
I'll tell the story. So, I mean, there's a avid pick seller on the internet named MPB. He owes people a ton of money and he always comes on my show. And whenever he comes on the show, I bring on his bookies to collect from him. And it's hilarious. And Perry actually paid off 2 of them, right? He paid off 2 of his bookies. But he still owes one more, $15K. So yeah, that's what I look for on the show is people that have scammed someone, done someone wrong. I'll bring them on and they hash it out. And sometimes, what happened to you yesterday or 2 days ago? You came on the show with Mozzie and Des Bryant. And you guys beefed it out live on the show, and then you fought in the ring. So, sometimes it gets resolved, sometimes it doesn't. Some people like to just talk shit on the internet, and some people you and Mozzie will go and do something about it in the ring. So I respect both you guys for that. But yeah, that's kind of like the general thesis of the show. It's like open platform to anyone to like come in and say their piece, right? There's no like free speech restrictions. Like everything is on limits on the show. So yeah.
Well, I have something to add to you.
Go
You
ahead.
said Mozzie and I had a fight yesterday. There was no fight that happened, man. It was just a straight bloodbath massacre. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was one side. He did knock you down once though in the first round.
Dude, I got tripped, bro.
You got tripped?
I got
Okay.
tripped. So
Yeah.
the footage I posted. So by the way, he
Yeah.
clipped up some stuff
Right.
to like show his sort of end on
Right,
the whole
right.
shindig, right?
Yeah.
And so basically, I posted a YouTube video today where the whole entire video is just there.
Yeah.
From start to finish of the fight, nothing is clipped.
Yeah.
So there's not a thing to hide about what happened in this fight.
No. Yeah.
And it's crazy. You saw him. He goes to the intern afterwards, and he's just like, "Bro, I want." But dude, you're causing the drama,
Yeah.
man. But like, you know me,
And we're just getting started.
I'm controversial. I love the drama. I'm gonna
Yeah.
always be on this show,
For sure.
causing as much drama as possible because it's just like,
Yeah, and you're polarizing too, which is funny. Like whenever you come on, we'll get like 50 comments, be like, "Oh, not Perry again," and then some people will be like, "Let's go, Perry's back." So like, it goes both ways with a lot of the characters. But yeah, I was there at the fight. It was clear that you won the fight. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like, you definitely won the fight. So anyone saying otherwise is full of shit. They're wrong. So yeah, it was clear as that you won the fight.
dude, I
Yeah.
kind of like perfectly scripted too. I was like,
Yeah, it was
dude, he's-
perfectly scripted.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like the energy was insane. Like you could not have built a better fight in one day if you tried. I don't think. Like I was streaming it. Everyone was in the spaces. There was like, it was like my most viewed space. It's like 3,000 people live in the spaces watching the fight. People were gambling on it. I got lines thrown up and there was over 6 figures wagered on your fight.
That's the power that this man has, by the way.
Yeah, I was reaching out to every single company to like get a lineup because I know my audience. They want to bet on this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'll give an example. People were just talking about how many push-ups I could do in 60 seconds. And there was a line thrown up on it and there was $145,000 wagered on it.
On you doing push-ups.
On me doing push-ups.
Oh my goodness.
$145,000.
That had to be viral on the casino, no? That's like a big amount.
It was, if you looked at the site, their most traded events was the first one was an NBA game. The second one was the PGA Championship. And then right below that was the Elff push-up contest. It was the most wagered on push-up event in history. And then your fight, the line was up for 2 hours. And it started off that you could only win $100. And then they only increased the limits like right before the fight, like 30 minutes before. The line was up for 2 hours. That's it. And you had more than six figures wagered on the fight. So like we can literally start drama, whatever, put up a line on something, and my audience is so degenerate, like they will nuke it. Like they just love gambling. So that's also beauty of it. Is like, you know, I understand my audience. They want to bet on stuff like this. They want to feel involved, right? Because they're watching it live. It's way more exciting when you see the whole thing unfold. You know, that's why like some of my viewers are like OG viewers from the start, and they like love just seeing the progression because they understand like the characters and the storyline and everything. It's awesome. So yeah. But
well, you're literally putting on the most entertaining movie I've like ever seen. It's like better than any Netflix show, any TV show.
Absolutely.
It's just like drama galore, real life stories in real time.
Yeah. And these are real, they're not like made up bullshit stories. Like these are real stories of like professional gamblers who make a fuck ton of money betting. Like Spanky's in there every night, you know, and people go at Spanky, you call him broke. Yeah.
Well, I didn't call him broke. That's not what I said. What did I say exactly?
You did call him broke.
Well, this is what I told Spanky. So Spanky, by the way, is a sharp sports bettor.
Yeah.
He's a long-term winner, but there's levels to how sharp someone can be.
Right.
And so me, obviously, you know that I'm betting hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars a game if I could get down.
Right.
And so I told Spanky, I go, hey man, if I'm ever 50 years old, betting only 100,000 a game, put a bullet in my head.
Put a bullet. Yeah, imagine that. This guy's live on a show, trash talking someone for only betting $100,000 a game. Like to me, it's just absolute cinema hearing that. I'm sure like a lot of the audience feels the same way. Because like there are a lot of professionals out there, groups that, you know, you do stuff with, I'm sure, like you've heard of them, whatever. They bet like that. But to the normal person, they couldn't fathom betting $100,000 on an event. That's just not a thing. Like even like $5,000 would be like a massive bet. And that was like someone bet like $8,000 on my push-ups, and that started like a whole like controversy, you know, like, oh, is there insider information, stuff like that. So like there's like levels to everything. Like in your head, yeah, that's a small bet, 100K, you know what I mean? This is whatever. But to most people, that's like that's a fuck ton of money, you know what I mean? That's a lot. So yeah, but like, you know, as you mentioned, the show just captures everything, and it's continuing to grow, and we're like adding new characters day by day, which is cool.
So to me, wait, how many push-ups did you do in 60 seconds?
I did 55.
55 push-ups in 60 seconds.
Yeah, and it was chest to Coca-Cola can. That was the contingency.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that to me is way more impressive than someone betting $100,000 on a sporting game.
Yeah. Right. I mean, if you ask like gym bros, they'd be like, yeah, like that's not impressive. And then you ask gamblers what's more impressive, they'll be like the push-ups. So
well, I'll tell you one thing, man. I was in a fight yesterday, and I promise you, I definitely could not do 55 push-ups in 60 seconds. And I did come out victorious.
You did,
right?
Yeah, you did. In terms of like internet fighters go, like if you watch like the influencer boxing fights, like you are way better than you're in the top 1 percentile or top 99th percentile for like fighters.
Really?
Like, influencer fighters, yeah, for sure.
Yo, you got to stop exposing me right now, bro. I'm trying to get some more action. I'm trying to
well,
fight.
People want to fight you, dude. I mean, that's the thing is you watch the fights and you think like, oh, I could beat this guy's ass. Do you know how many people are DMing me like, let me fuck up Harry after the fight, and people still wanted to smoke with you after the fight right then and there.
Well, I wasn't hiding from anyone for any smoke, to be honest.
I know. I mean, no, are you down to fight people again? Like if people call you out and shit, like.
Well, it's not just some random people. I mean, the only reason why I fought Mozzie, for instance, is when I came on your space.
Yeah.
I just came on the space to call this dude a simp.
Yeah.
So Mozzie went and spent $150,000 on a girl, buying her a watch.
Yeah.
And this girl didn't
even say the girl who she is. You should say who she is.
I honestly don't even know her name.
I think it's LeAngelo Ball's baby mama.
Yes.
Or ex-baby. Yeah, it's his baby mama. Yeah, go ahead.
That he left her, right?
Well, Mozzie didn't say he stole her, but like I think there was some shit that went on. You know what I mean?
Dude, I think that's from Mozzie's end.
Okay.
There's
that
no
was
way.
From Mozzie's end.
Listen, there's
Mozzie.
no way Mozzie stole LeAngelo Ball's ex-girl. The girl is too scared to even post this dude, man.
Okay.
Like, think about it, right? Mozzie obviously is also the biggest capper on the internet. Like he went and said after the fight that he won.
Right.
He tells his audience, he goes, "Hey man, I have winning sports picks. I won yesterday, but in the truth is he actually lost."
Yeah, he didn't win yesterday. The fight. I don't know if he won sports stuff, but
well,
fight,
I mean, you don't have to comment on that, but I'll expose him for that stuff. That's something that Mozzie does. Yeah. But yeah, I believe that real story is LeAngelo left her because he had another girl who he's actually with, and that girl's obviously butthurt. And then you have Mozzie come in, the 5'6", 200-pound, 35% limp dick, triple hairline receding, triple chin,
damn
pussy. That's a simp on the internet, and we gifted this girl $150,000 watch, and he's personally posting her on his own Instagram, tagging her, gifting her $150,000 watch, and she doesn't repost nothing.
Yeah,
dude, what does that mean? Out of curiosity, what is that to you?
I mean, you said it, not me. Like every relationship has different dynamics, so I'm not going to speak on it, man. I'm not speaking on that. But,
so that's, by the way, that's the thing of how this show goes on Elff's Twitter space. Yeah. You have people like me coming in there. You have people like all these other guys coming in, saying these stories. We're going at it with each other, and Elff is just there, basically playing a completely neutral part and giving the world a front row seat to watch it in real time. It does not get better for TV than that.
Yeah, and I try to stay neutral, but I'm very, very good at instigating. Like if I notice something's dry, like I'll give an example. Like just recently, Mozzie, Perry, and Des Bryant were on the Spaces, and everyone kind of had made up, and then I had brought up an old tweet from Mozzie. I'm like, okay, so now that you guys are made up, like Mozzie, do you take this tweet back? And I'll like read a tweet on the Spaces of him just like talking shit about Des Bryant, like you were a trash wide receiver, the Cowboys were worse with you, like he was saying shit like that. I'll like read it, and like Des is in there like hearing it, you know what I mean? So he's gonna get pissed hearing it back. But like I'll instigate things, but I never usually take like a official opinion. And people try to make me do it all the time, like be like, okay, Elff, like do you think this guy's a winning better, right? And I'm like, I don't know, I don't have his profit loss statements, right? So like I'll just say stuff like that. But like, I obviously know who's sharp and who's not. Like it takes me probably 20 seconds to figure out who's winning and who's not. Like, it's very easy to tell. You know what I mean? So, like, but that's up to the audience to decide, right? Like,
yeah, you're not influencing them at all.
Because there's no show if you just bring someone on and then they say one thing dumb or one thing sharp, and then you're like, okay, this guy's sharp, right? Like, or he's an idiot, you know, the end of the show, right? No, you let them talk, you let them dig themselves a hole, you let them say something too sharp, like leak an edge live on the space or something like that, right? Like that's happened too as well. So yeah, you just like let the show go and try to get these people to say things they wouldn't normally say. Like, that's my goal, is to stir up controversy, get information out of people. That's what makes a good host. So
basically what you have done is you've decided, hey, you know what? Let me just take a neutral part, cause as much drama as possible.
Exactly.
And let the audience decide on what people think of things.
Exactly. You let the audience decide. And you have to, my goal is to provide enough information for the audience on something that happened so that they can make a decision, right? So, like, if someone was talking shit about someone, I wouldn't just want that one person's side, right? Like, if someone's saying something about someone stupid, I'll be DMing the other person as they're doing it live to get them onto the show. Like, I'll give an example. This guy, Man of the Library, was calling this narco cop guy. They do like UFC stuff. He was calling him like a dirty cop, like trying to sell sports betting picks because there was like, you know, a civil case in like Chicago that like he's named in or something like that. But it turned out he was just like, you know, part of the police force. He didn't have anything to do with it. But like, imagine like someone's live on the show, right? Saying, oh, this guy's a dirty cop, this and that. And then all of a sudden that character comes in and starts like firing back and forth, right? And they're like, you call me a dirty cop, like, you piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like, these are like hard insults. So, you know, that's what goes on live. So I'll literally like bring people in to defend their name, like in real time on the show. And then I'll post it to my Twitter after. And yeah, the whole show is content. Like the one with you and Des Bryant and Mozzie, I didn't even have a guest lined up. I had no content planned. I had reached out to Des and he was like supposed to do the show and then kind of flaked because I'm like reaching out to guests and all this stuff. I had no content planned for that day, Sean.
Okay.
None. And it literally snowballed into like the biggest boxing event gambling Twitter has seen in one day. So that's just how things like work, right? You just got to kind of, you know, create the platform for chaos to occur and then just make it happen. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the goal.
Well, in my opinion, dude, there's literally no better host than you. You're just on top at all points. You're causing drama like no other. Mm-hmm. When people stop the dispute, you sit there and, like you said, bring up more drama and be like, you take this statement back. You're just in there causing action, man. It's literally reality TV.
Yeah, it's reality. It's reality TV for gambling Twitter. People call me the Jerry Springer of gambling Twitter. All right, so I don't know how I feel about it. I think Jerry Springer's hilarious. I mean, I take it as a compliment, but yeah, no, that's kind of like a good description of it. And there's so many stories about like stuff that has gone on the show. Like, it's almost like there's too many to count at this point. But like, even just like the last show I did, like, you guys are talking shit to each other in real time at 2 a.m. and you're like, fuck it, we're fighting tomorrow at this place this time. I booked a flight from Boston to Vegas at 2:30 in the morning. I booked the wrong flight because in my head it's like the flight's tomorrow. So I booked it for Wednesday. I was like, I you know, the fight was on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So like, I had people like spam DMing me, calling me like, yo, Elff, you booked the wrong flight, you dumbass. Like, go get a new flight. I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I did book the wrong flight. But like, this is all going down like in real time. And like, I think that the reason why Des Bryant came was because he was up as a speaker and you guys are doing this. And I literally booked the flight live on the Spaces. And then Des Bryant's like, okay, yeah, I got to come now. Like, I'm trying to see this, right? So Des Bryant came. And yeah, that's just like how it kind of moves. Like, everything moves very, very fast. So you just got to kind of, you know, roll with the waves.
Dude, very fast and with momentum like no other.
Yeah.
I mean, at that fight, there was like hundreds of people there in person.
Yeah, it was insane. It was insane. Yeah. You want to keep speaking on it? I can speak on it if you'd like.
No, you speak,
I'll speak on it. Yeah. The energy was nuts. Like, I came, you know, I literally hopped off the flight, went straight to the Mayweather gym. And, you know, I was literally just like on 3 hours of sleep. I slept like 45 minutes and then I woke up at like 6 a.m. And then I slept like 3 hours on the plane. So I was exhausted. And I get to the Mayweather gym, and Mozzie didn't even book the gym. He didn't even book it, right? So then you had pound for pound ready to go because you like anticipated that he wasn't gonna book the gym. So Mozzie pulls up in a fucking Lamborghini to the fight, and you had your whole entourage, like a bus of people, like fucking C-Bless was there as well. Like that was awesome. And there was just like, it was a gym. So there was people fighting, like warming up in the ring and stuff. So like the energy was high. You got people betting on it live in real time. Like I'm on the spaces with Dave Mason at Bet Online. Like he's giving line updates. Like I'll show Mozzie warming up on the show. And after people see him throwing punches and stuff, the line will move like in real time. So like anyone on the show is getting more information about these fighters. Like the energy was nuts. Like you got people pulling up in Lamborghinis, security guards going on. You got boxers like warming up in real time. You're stretching. Like there's ring girls walking around. Like this is all set up in one day. And you got people betting on it, giving like line updates live, like on the show. And that was all yesterday. So it was insane.
So when people are seeing this stuff in real time, is the market moving based off these things?
Yeah. No, you were like minus 140. You opened at minus 140. Actually, no, you opened at plus 220. And Dave texted me, he's like, is this line right? I'm like, no, open at minus 140. Like that's what I think the fair should be, right in my head.
You didn't hammer the plus 220?
No, I didn't, out of respect. Okay. And it was also like $50 limits at that, like they just opened the market. Yeah. So it was a respect thing, but I definitely would have hammered it. You moved right when the line opened to minus 225. But I will say this, I'm the one tweeting about it. So I think my audience was more skewed towards you than Mozzie, right?
Okay.
But once Mozzie started posting about it, the line moved from minus 220 back down to like minus 140. And then after the face-off, so you guys did the face-off, right? And Mozzie came out the Lamborghini and he pushed you. And then the line moved and Mozzie was the favorite. So you went from minus 225 to an underdog in like 30 minutes, just based on like who tweeted and Mozzie coming out of a Lamborghini and pushing you. Like that moved the whole line. And then people were betting on you again because you were an underdog, so you were like at like minus 140, right? And I showed Mozzie warming up, throwing punches, and the line moved from minus 140 on you to like minus 250. I'm not kidding. Like once people saw him warming up, they're like, oh, this is not good for Mozzie. And it just got steamed so hard to you. And then I showed you throw like 3 punches or something like that. And then, I think that's like kind of where it closed. But in the meantime though, like my origination was pretty solid. Like minus 140 was like a decent opener based on like, we had no information on these fighters. So it was, but that was happening like all in real time. Like imagine like I'm streaming, right? And I'm like, all right, we're going to watch Mozzie warm up, boys. And I'll like go to his corner, show him throwing punches. And then people are fucking nuking Sean after they see that. You know what I mean? So that's like part of the fun, right? Of being live on the show. Cause like all this stuff is happening. And I'm literally organizing this like live on the show, right? Like there's 2 hours to go on the fight. And I'm like, we need someone to get a lineup, right? Like please just put up a line. And Dave Mason like joins the spaces and he's like, all right, like we got the lineup, like hit it here. I'm like, awesome. Thank you so much. Like people can finally bet on this. And I did bet on you, by the way. I got you at terrible price though. I got you at minus 190, but it was like right when you opened and you got steamed like so hard, like right when it opened. So I got you at minus 190, but there was people who got you at like for like $2,000 at like plus money at some point. So yeah.
So just so I understand this correctly, when this opened, they were allowing $50 bets.
$50 bets, yeah.
And within a 2-hour period, they started allowing $50 wagers. Yeah. It went to hundreds of thousands of dollars in action.
Yeah, hundreds of thousands. That's what I'm saying. And that's the most impressive part is because the limits were so low. So it wasn't like a liquid market that you could bet into. Like you got 6 figures of volume with low limits, which is nuts to think about. So there was probably like so many unique people that bet on it. And they even mentioned that you had more action than some of the March Madness tournament games going on. More people betting on you than the actual March Madness event. And so what happened was, this is kind of like all sporting events, right? They low limits on open, and open just happened to be 2 hours before the fight. And then like, I'd say like 20 minutes before the fight, they raised it to win 500. And then I think like 10 minutes before the fight, it was like to win 1,000. So I think they felt confident. BetOnline felt confident about their position, right when they were going, because they raised the limits, right? They wouldn't have raised the limits if they didn't feel good. When I was doing the push-up market, BetOnline had the lineup, and they only allowed to win, I think like 100 right before the push-up event.
And that also got 100,000, over 100,000 in.
I don't know the BetOnline metrics, like how much in volume they got, but on ProfitX, they got over 140,000 wagered on it. It was the third most traded event on their site, behind NBA games, the PGA Championship. Like that, those are the only things that beat my market. A push-up contest that I streamed on a Spaces, and I had my friend film a side angle. Like, it was not professionally done. It was a DGen market, straight DGen market that we just threw up
with $100 limits.
No, it was an exchange, so people were posting liquidity and stuff like that. But yeah, BetOnline was like $100 limit.
But man, that's some influence right there. You have some influence, bro.
My audience is like, there are people that fire on this stuff. Like they will. If there was no limits on you, there's people in my audience who would have bet like 50K, 100K, like easily.
Well, I would have been in there betting myself $1 million. I tried. I couldn't, obviously. But.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Like, I got in trouble actually for betting on my own push-up market. People were saying it was like rigged.
You bet on yourself or no?
Not only did I bet on myself, I orbed myself. I literally was like on the phone with someone, and I was like checking the lines on myself. Right?
Okay.
I was like, oh, this is kind of funny. Like, I'm an orb to myself, right? The over on ProfitX was like -1. I don't remember the line. I think it was like -140, and the under was like +160. So like, I think this would kind of be funny if I just arbed it real quick, and also like promote the sites like putting up the line, because that that helps with the show. So I arbed it, and I made like $5 on the arb. Like, it was like purely a joke, right? But people were like, and I posted both bets. Like, the time it was like, I remember this so clearly because it caused a huge controversy. It was 3:13 on both screenshots. I posted both bet slips, hit them at the same time, just pure arb. People were saying, oh, this shit's rigged. He bet on his own under, right? They're like, he bet on his own, which is true. I did, but like, it was a net zero position. Like, I was just doing it for fun, right? Like, make $5. Like, I was a player prop. I thought it was funny. You know what I mean? Like, I never been a player prop. So yeah, it was a whole controversy, but that made the event way bigger, because they were like, okay, he's like, there's like insider information on the push-ups. Like, he bet his own under. And then I moved the line by accident by doing this. I was like -180, and then I arbed it. I thought it was funny that I was an arb, right? So I arbed it, and it moved the line down to like -130, because people thought I was going under. That's what they thought. So but I soared over. And the thing is too, with the push-up stuff, I had done 3 practice runs, right? The first one I did 58 in a minute, but I wasn't doing it to Coca-Cola cans. So my form could have been bad, whatever. The second time I did it, I did 48 push-ups. And I was like, if I do 48 push-ups live on the show with over like $140,000 wage on it, people are going to say that I rigged it. I went right below, so it was close, right? They're saying like, oh, I could have bet on myself to under and just walked away with a ton of money. It was a liquid market, right? So that's what people were. I was like, I cannot do 48. Like, if I do 48, I will have to delete I might be in prison. You know what I mean? Just for trying to do push-ups. And I wasn't even the one that had the idea. It was literally like my people in the stream were talking about how many push-ups I can do in a minute. And I'm going to Miami this weekend to link up with Amanda Vance, who's like she's a popular, she sells picks. Like, she's in the sports scene. She comes on to the show. She was listening, and she's like, Elff, if you can do 50 in a minute, I'll buy you the NHL tickets. So we're going to a hockey game, right? So that's why the line was set at 50, just because Amanda Vance said it. So there was no like origination or anything. It was just like Amanda Vance came in and said 50, and that was the line. You know what I mean? So like, I was training for that. It was like a decent line too. Like, I got 55, so it wasn't like way off, right? It wasn't like it was 30. But that's what happened. It was like purely organic, and so was your fight, right? Like, you experience, it's all organic stuff. So, but my third practice attempt, there was like 4 days of hype build up to this. My third practice attempt, I got 53 with the Coca-Cola cans and everything. I'm like, all right, I'm not doing another practice run. So I took 2 days off, and I was so nervous. Like, they wanted me to take my shirt off and everything just to make sure my chest like touched the Coca-Cola cans and everything. There was like no controversy. I had a side angle. I did 55. There was like audio analysis. Like you could literally hear my chest hitting the Coca-Cola bottles. So I did 55. Immediately after it was done, they settled the overs in like 2 hours. Immediately after they said it was done, people were saying it was rigged. I didn't hit my chest on this push-up, this one, right? They're like screenshotting it. They're saying I got a haircut that day, but like I don't know. I keep like my hair like long in the top, right? So my hair, like I got a haircut shorter on the sides, but the top was long. People were saying I purposefully left the top long to block out an angle to like hide that my chest wasn't hitting the Coca-Cola can. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I got a haircut, dude. Like, I'm not trying to scam. I had no financial incentive to go over or under, right? Obviously, I'm gonna try to go over because like you're supporting the people betting on you, not against you. But that's what people were saying. So it stirred up like you just can't make anyone happy, and you're experiencing it too, right? Like clear win, you beat Mozzie, and then people are saying you didn't, which is like ridiculous. So yeah.
Dude, well, it's even better. He's saying he didn't, and now he's saying like, "Yo, I'm down to fight you anywhere, anytime." So I'm coming back, bro. You need to fire up another space because I want to call him out. It seems like he wants a rematch. Let's make it happen, right? I mean, bro, there's gonna be nonstop drama in your show, and you see it. I mean, anything every day, something new is happening. Yeah, it's exciting. You have the whole gambling world literally watching your show. Yeah. If you guys, by the way, don't know anything about gambling, like he's betting on push-ups. This stuff that happens is pure comedy. Right. And the most entertaining thing I see, people are just like, I'm getting high watching the show, drinking alcohol. I mean, it's like the show is like unreal.
Yeah, it's late night show. It's a good mix up from like the normal corporate stuff that you might see like all day. Like there's no rules, there's a lot of cursing. Like it's a mature show, right? Like, and that's kind of how I like it because it's real. Like you could tell it's real as fuck. So that's why people like it. But yeah. And also, like, people know, too, if they are going to start some shit and they want eyes on it, they need to do it on my show. So it's like, okay, like, I'm going to say this on your show, like, tonight. Like, is that okay? And I'm like, oof, I don't know about this one. Like, you were texting me some stuff about, Steve Stevens, and he was supposed to come on the show. I'm like, nah, you can't say that. Like, don't talk about that. But, like, there's stuff that, they're like, oh, I want to share this. I'm like, wait, you're like admitting to a crime here. Are you sure you want to do that? We've had people admit to crimes before live on the show.
Well, the thing is, you can't stop anyone, right? Yeah, no, so you can advise people to do things, but people are still going to come on and say whatever they want to say.
Exactly. Yeah, people have admitted to like illegal bookmaking on the show, and like someone came on. This was like 3 years ago. This like guy named Cash Out King. He had done like the Lakers were playing the Heat, and the Lakers were like plus 600 at the time, and he posted on his Twitter, he had a big account. He posted on his Twitter that he was booking the Heat at plus 100. Whereas you have to, if you wanted to bet the Heat, you would have to bet them at like minus 1,000 to win the series, right? Something like that. And a bunch of people sent him money in crypto, and he just stiffed everyone, right? Like he literally just stole like $200,000, right?
Oh my God.
Like probably more that we know of. And so I brought him on. He told the story. He just admitted to it. Like he didn't even lie. I brought on someone that he owed $150,000 to, who scammed him. And this guy was like, yeah. And he didn't even deny it or anything. He just said, no, I owe you $150,000. And he said to his face, live on his faces, he's like, if I had $10 million in my bank account right now, I wouldn't pay you back a fucking cent. And that was like the funniest thing I've ever, I was like, what is wrong with this dude? Like you literally just scammed him for $150K. He did nothing wrong to you. And you're saying if you had like all this money to pay him back, you wouldn't pay him back. Like these guys are sick in the head, but these are the characters on my show. You know what I mean? Like they don't think like normal people, and it makes for good content. But yeah, no, that guy probably should. He should be in prison. Like he broke many laws. So
do you know if anything's happened with him since?
No, he's literally just selling pics on Twitter. I see it all the time. He's got a Discord. Yeah, he's scammed a few people before, and they'll come on the show. So he scammed that one person out of $150K. He scammed another person out of $3K. We brought that guy on the show to talk about how he did it. It was the classic. It was like, oh, I'm in Vegas. I have $50K from Stripe hitting my account tomorrow, but I'm in Vegas. I just need $3K to gamble with real quick. Send me $3K. I'll send you back $5K tomorrow, right? Stuff like that. And this poor guy sent him like $3K, and obviously he got scammed, right? And the way he tried to like pay him back, and this is so funny, the way he tried to pay him back the $3K was he told him go bet on this team tonight, right? So this kid, he told him, he's like, oh, I have insider information that Naz Reid is going to hit. He's going to go over on his threes, which doesn't even make sense. Because if you have insider information on someone, it would be on under, right? Like, oh, this guy's hurt. He's going to play like not a lot. So he told this kid who he owes $3K to, instead of paying him back his money, to bet on Naz Reid's overs, and he nuked it. He like hammered his overs. So then he lost his $3K, and then he lost all of his Naz Reid bets, and then the guy blocked him. And he told the story on my show, and like I'm like listening to these stories. I'm like, this guy just scammed you for $3K, and you're gonna like tail his sports picks, like what? Yeah, I can't believe it. And then we have people like come on and try to like educate him, like, no, you can't be doing this, like that's not how sports betting works, right? Because I have pros in there, like. People like to remain anonymous, but like, like that they're well respected or something like that. Like as a viewer, you'll kind of like pick up on it, right? Like, okay, this guy's, he's a professional. Like he knows what he's talking about. Yeah. And I'll bring on someone else who's like an idiot and they're like telling the professional how to do their job. So it's great content, but yeah, that's, you just gotta roll with it and just see where it goes.
Well, so you know why these guys come on your show, even if they get exposed, because like the same way you're so powerful for casinos, you're so powerful for people selling sports picks.
Yeah.
So like even if someone's a scammer, man, you have DJs in your audience, so they want to go fire. They go, you know what? Fuck it, I don't care. Let me go fire on this guy who's scamming people, and just they're buying his picks.
Yeah, that's a big critique I get. Is I'll bring on these scammers that they sell picks, they lose money, they don't make any money betting, they make all their money selling picks. I'll bring them on, right? Because they're funny. And I'll just keep using MPB as an example because like, you think he's funny. I think he's funny. We both know he's not winning in gambling. He's awful at gambling. He by accidentally leaked his Bet 105 account by accident because he said he bet like Francis TFO live for $2,000. And we checked the line, and 105 was accepting like to win $500 at the time. So he literally lied. And then we're like, all right, show the bet slip. And we'll pay you money, right? We do that all the time. Like, they'll make bets live. Okay, like, it happened with your Durango ticket. But they're like, okay, if you show a bet slip right now from Bet 105 for $2K, I'll pay you $200, right? And he's like, okay. And he tweeted his Bet 105 account. Keep in mind, this guy's supposed to be the #1 tennis bettor in the world. He's got like 0 pending bets and $300 in his 105 account. And he's literally sponsored by them. So it's like these guys are all just frauds. And the thing is, though, he'll come on the show and he'll say he's the #1 tennis bettor in the world. He's got his bio says that, he's got all his profits and units in there, whatever. If you're an uninformed viewer and you catch like a 5-minute snippet, right, where he might sound funny or smart to you, you might buy his picks and just get cooked, right? So people are like, okay, you have a moral responsibility, Elff, to not platform these guys and kind of like put them in their place when they're going too far. And my whole take is like, I'm allowing people on the panel to do that, right? Like, it's not my job to do it. It's up to, because you've been on the show, there's always like 8 or 9 speakers, right? It's not just me and you, like a podcast. It's like there's many people speaking at the same time.
I've actually only been on the show a few times, and you're running it like 5 times a week. How many?
4, usually like 3 or 4 times a week. We're
I'm by
and
no
it's usually
means
like 4
what
or
makes
5
up
hours.
Your show.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You have so many different characters coming in. It's like, bro, it's literally a movie every day.
Yeah, every day, and it's like a 4 or 5 hour show, like every night. And people are like, oh, how do you do 4 or 5 hours a night? And I always say, like, when I was growing up and we were watching Twitch streamers and YouTube streamers, they would stream 10 hours a day. That was just like what they do. So for me, it's just kind of like, it's like a generational thing. Like, oh, if you're gonna stream, do it for 4 hours a night, right? Like, why not? And you'll get like different audience members in time slots. Like, I know a lot of my audience will watch from like 9 to 10 and then they'll go to bed, right? Like, they got work in the morning. I know some people will watch till like 2 a.m. because I'm in Boston, right? So they're in Vegas. So they'll watch like the late night stuff, right? So that's kind of how it goes. So you have like a different audience for like each kind of time slot. And I'm very consistent with my schedule, so they know exactly when I'm going live, stuff like that. And that helps with the viewers. And they know, like, if I have a big guest coming on, like, Mozzie was the big guest 2 shows ago. The big guest always comes on at like 10:30 Eastern because that's when my viewers peak.
Okay.
So that's like how I do it. So like my viewers will know, okay, if I just want to see the big guest, I'll come in at 10:30. But, you know, a lot of people enjoy just like the banter of the side characters and stuff like that. And I personally enjoy the banter of the side characters more than like when you bring on a main guest, because there's kind of that like 15, 20-minute window that you have to spend like getting to know them, like warming them up and stuff like that. And they might not understand the show, like what goes on. Like you've been on a few times, so you know you could call people out and shit like that. And it's okay to say these things. Like most of these guys, they'll go on a show and they have to be PC.
And they, by the way, when you call someone out, they pop on, even if they're not on the show, because it goes all over the whole internet.
Yeah, it goes everywhere. But like my point is like, if you bring on a big guest, they do a lot of podcasts. They're never challenged on these podcasts, right? They just kind of like talk about how great they are for an hour or two, and then that's it. So it's very different on my show where it's like, you could talk about how great you are for 15, 20 minutes. Okay. Now you got to take some real fucking questions. And then we're going to bring on people who hate you, right? Who you owe money to or something like that. Or, you know, if you're a good person, I'll bring on someone who, you know, will praise you, right? Like, oh, they're in your Discord or whatever, and, you know, they're making money, right? So it's like, why are you talking shit to this person? And we have like former traders in the audience that will like come on and speak on stuff like that. So yeah, there's like a ton of stuff that goes into it. But yeah, it's like being consistent, getting big guests, like continuing to reach out and getting like just bigger and bigger guests and stuff like that is the goal of the show. Like, you know, I had Mickey Mace, Mozzie, Steve Stevens. We'll probably do it at some point. So once we kind of get all these characters on once and you do your kind of like initial show, you can just pop in whenever. That's kind of the rule. Yeah. But like before that, you're not supposed to just like pop in and ask people questions and stuff like that. So
just on top of it, you're saying these numbers like peak times at like 7:30 or 9 or 10, and you have like 3,000 or 2K live viewers.
Right.
But dude, the truth is it doesn't matter if they're in there live or not, because you post the whole thing onto X,
right? And
the next day, these get hundreds of thousands of views.
Yeah, they get a ton of views. So yeah, that's the thing is like in real time. I'm just talking about like live viewership in real time. But obviously, like the clips and stuff will do way more numbers than the live show. Right? Like think about it. If we just did the live show, like there was only like 800 people in there, like 2 a.m. when you challenged Mozzie, right? Yeah. So if we didn't post the clips or anything, none of this would have happened, right? Like we had my editor built a trailer after the show at 2 a.m. He spent like 3 hours building a trailer after the show from 2 to 5 in the morning. And he sent it to me at like 7, right before my flight. I posted it. Like I had no service. I wouldn't have been able to post the trailer. He sent it to me right before the show or my flight. And I woke up and I landed and it was just going viral everywhere. Like I had the New York Times was hitting me up to like, oh, where's the fight? I want to be there, this and that. And like everyone was talking about it. And I was trying to get betting markets up, doing all this in real time. And your manager did a good job getting shit booked, like getting people there, ring girls, stuff like that. And you guys had to sign a bunch of stuff too, right?
To be honest, I don't know, bro. Like I was like so locked.
Yeah, you're locked.
I was just more so, you know what? Yeah. We literally had 10 hours to showcase this fight.
Yeah.
And I knew, by the way, Mozzie was saying originally, hey, come to Mayweather Gym. I knew in the back of my head, there was no way he booked. So I had to find my own boxing studio book. We had to figure out girls. I had to figure out how to help you market this to make it big.
Yeah.
We caused controversy on the internet. Right. I also, by the way, had to convince him to bet against me because I knew he wouldn't want to if I sat there and told him I'd fuck him up.
Some money on there. Yeah.
So what I had to do was pretend like, hey, well, it's true. I've never been in a fight in my life. Went to Jewish private school, lived in Summerlin, like the richest area possible. Yeah. And I'm not a fighter.
Yeah, some of the shit Sean says is like so funny. You call yourself like the double pump two.
the double
Oh my, you could say it.
The double circumcised 2-pump chump is what I was calling myself.
Oh my God.
I want him to fight me, bro.
Yeah, you want him to fight. Like you can't lose to a fight that someone calls himself like the double pump circumcised champ. Like you just can't, you know what I mean? So it just builds more into the fight, right? And it builds up hype. But like that's how fast things move. Is like you do the show, and the show will get, you know, X amount of viewers, and people will watch it back when they wake up or, you know, they're at work or whatever because it's late. But the clips and the edits and the building up the hype is really what it's all about nowadays, right? It's not even about the show. It's about getting the clips out there and stuff. That's just social media, right? It's like,
well, because like you said, yesterday alone, you had millions of views on your page.
Yeah, over a million, easily over a million. Because like the Spaces itself has 360,000 views last I checked in a day, which is like insane. Like the only episode that has more is the Mickey Mace one, and that one was insane too.
Where I was exposing Mickey Mace for being the biggest fraud on the internet.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, Mickey Mace came on and talked, and then I let you on after, and you shit on him for like an hour and a half. It was great. But yeah, the trailer had like 350,000 views. The betting market that I post, I'm like, okay, this is where you can bet it. That one had like 120,000 views, right? Like, think about how much promotion that is for Bet Online, right? For free, for just throwing up a market. And they probably made money trading it too. So it was like, the promotion was insane. So yeah, easily.
Well, they just get thousands and thousands of signups a day. It's not even
right.
These so guys will continue gambling.
Even if they didn't balance their book completely, the people who won money on you are probably going to lose it on March Madness or in the casino.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like more money into their book, right? So it's so much like free promotion, and it's just about being quick. Like if you're quick, like I know Dave Mason is quick. So I'm like, all right, Dave, I need this done. He'll get it done in an hour, right? That's the type of person that I need to have like on my team, right?
Okay.
Exactly. Like,
and Dave Mason who is he exactly?
He like runs Bet Online. He doesn't run it, but he's like kind of the face of the marketing, and he's very in tune with like the trading as well. Like so he does a lot of stuff with them, Bet Online. Yeah.
And he realizes how powerful of an influence you have, right? And
yeah,
so
absolutely. I mean, everyone's like reaching out to me right now. It's pretty crazy. They all want to do business, so it's just about like finding the right partner.
So my advice with you when it comes to doing business is you put them against one another,
right? And
say, hey, whoever makes me the best offer, you're going to get my action.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. No, and it's not even only about the best offer. Like they have to understand.
And for your fans too.
Yeah.
Real time.
Real time. Like they have to understand what's going on. You know what I mean? Like I just don't want to accept like a fuck ton of money from one company, but like, they can't, I don't know, like if I accept money from a sports book or something and they can't throw up these markets, and then the ones that I can't promote it because like, I'm sponsored by this book. Like I wouldn't want that. You know what I mean? So it has to be like a partner that makes sense for my audience. Cause that's the main thing I'm trying to do is like just build the best show and like build the most engaged audience. And that's the goal, right? That's the idea. So, and also I do want to make money, so.
Well, 100%, man. You're a smart guy. You obviously talk well. You're educated. I mean, also, by the way, you are a ladies' man. I just want to put that out there. We went out last night to the clubs, and we had like 15 girls at the table. I was leaving because I don't personally drink. I don't go out. I'm not out late.
You did leave early, yeah.
And I was like up for 2 straight days because I was up all night against on your show, like going at Mozzie, starting a fight. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I didn't go to bed afterwards, right? I was staying up all night because I'm like, dude, I'm fighting this guy tomorrow. The day before, I didn't sleep, and now I'm out late at the club. It's just like, dude. I mean, your show is insane, bro. It's like things happen so fast in such real time. Yeah. Things get put together like
exciting.
Boom, 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 right? Yeah. We literally put on a massive fight.
Yeah, in one day.
Not even a day, bro.
Not even.
10 hours.
10 hours.
Literally 10 hours.
We didn't sleep. I slept like 3 hours.
And you, by the way, in those 10 hours were on a 5-hour flight.
Yeah, 5-hour flight to Vegas. It was awesome. It was great.
It's cool. And you have like editing teams are happening and just like stuff was getting clipped in real time, like in promotion. Like you said, you're moving markets massively.
Yeah, we're moving markets. It's crazy. It's the cool stuff. Yeah, and my editor is great. He understands it. He knows how to like, and he's a longtime viewer of the show. He's been there since like day one, my editor.
Yeah.
So a lot of these guys, they'll reach out and they'll be like, oh, I love the show. Like I'm a big fan, and they'll do some work. And the reason why I found this guy is because he made like a Man of the Library edit. And it was like, he like understood the character and he gets the humor and he gambles. So he like understands gambling. But like, that's kind of how like people get involved, right? Is they do something that I like that's like really good. I'm like, wow, this is like really, really valuable. You know what I mean? So, and then I'll bring them on the team. And I have like people on my team that in themselves are characters and they're controversial. Like the guy who does my timestamps, BJ Covers, he's like, a gambler. He's a gambler in recovery. He lost like $250,000 to Bet Online actually. So like people are saying like, oh, you need to like exile him from the gambling scene. I'm like no, because he's just gonna keep gambling, right? Like he's never gonna stop. I'm like, let me take him under my wing and like have him do stuff for the show and like take care of him, right? So that's how I view things. Like I don't view things like the same way as like everyone else. You know what I mean? And that's kind of I don't know. I think that's what sets me apart. Is like I'm not afraid to take risks with like people and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Well,
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm the same kind of person, which is why I actually love you as a human being.
Let's go.
And what's funny is actually Amanda was texting this morning. She's
Really?
like, "Where's Elff at? I'm trying to get in contact with him." And I was like, "Oh, Elff is like literally. I mean, he's probably asleep right now. I left him at the club with 15 girls himself. He had a full team of." By the way, the stuff you were saying at the club was kind of funny. Why don't you tell them what you were telling this girl? Do you remember?
No, I don't even really remember. What was I saying?
So it was with this girl. She's from what state was she in again?
Iowa,
and she's a nurse.
She was a nurse,
and like an absolute sweetheart, a complete good girl, like beyond belief. And we're just there, we're talking to this girl. I'm obviously trying to hype you up. I'm like, dude, he's the #1 sports bettor in the world.
Is that what you're saying?
Oh, that's what I was telling her. I was like, he's the #1 sports bettor in the world. She's like, why are all these cameras on? I was like, they're all here for Elff. He's got the mic on. By the way, of course, bro, I was hyping you up behind you. Were mic'd up. I'm like, they're all here for you. You just literally threw the biggest fight of the year. Which, by the way, is true, right? And you are a winning sports bettor. And I mean, we're not capping. So it's just like, bro, you're making plays, bro. Life's moving real fast, right? And now here you are staying at the penthouses at the Rio. And just like,
oh, man, you hooked me up good.
No, I didn't hook you up with anything, man. Once again, everything that's happened for you, the truth is you've earned it. And if you haven't been to where you are now, like you wouldn't be sitting at this table. You wouldn't be staying in these penthouses. You wouldn't have been at the club with like. You've earned everything that you've gotten. So keep up the good work. Keep working hard. And man, a bunch more success obviously for you to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And now I want to clear up some of these girl allegations. I'm not like a big ladies man getting around like that. I do my show at night. And then that's really, I don't really get around like that. But the girl at the club last night, she was a nice girl. And, you know, we were talking, we were having a good time. That was it. It wasn't anything crazy. And Amanda was texting you about it. Amanda and I have, you know, we haven't even met yet. So I still got to meet her. I'm going to Miami to meet her in like a few days. So that'll be good content. But the people are excited for that one too. But yeah, no, Amanda seems cool. But she's always in the spaces too. And I think Amanda gets talked shit about more on the show than anyone. Like they don't think she's sharp. They think she's annoying. Like my viewers don't really like her. So she gets a ton of negative feedback and stuff. And people will say like, oh, like, Elff, you glaze Amanda. Cause I'll keep bringing her on and I'm like positive about her. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's pretty funny, but it drives, she drives so much engagement cause she's so hated. You know what I mean? Like, cause she sells picks. Like people don't think like girls deserve the right to like be in sports. You know, that's just an opinion of like some of the people like Jeff Nadeau thinks that. And he's on my show all the time. He thinks that like,
that's the dude that I went after for being like a dude who can't even look down and see his feet, right? He's like an overweight guy and just eating pizza nonstop and is probably miserable and depressed nonstop, right? Well,
that's what you said.
That's what I was saying at this dude, man. And he was bashing this girl. So this is the kind of drama. So he has this dude that's bashing Amanda. And I just got on and I was just calling this dude a limp dick faggot. And I'm just like, bro, like, stop going at this girl. Funny. Obviously, it's a girl that you in person, you're being a little keyboard warrior, right? And
keyboard warrior.
I mean, these are just real life stories of things that are happening.
I'll tell another story about Nadeau actually. It has to do with Amanda as well.
Okay.
So Amanda came on the show and I always ask my guests, like, you could, you know, introduce yourself 10, 15 minutes, but you have to stay and answer at least some questions, right? She came on the show. She didn't answer a single question and she left, right? So all my audience was so pissed at that. They're like, your show, Elff, is going to die. If you keep doing that, you allow these people to just come on, self-promote for 10 minutes and leave, it's over for you, right? So she was getting a ton of stick for that. I was. And Jeff Nadeau, who's already like pretty much, he might even be a self-proclaimed misogynist. I don't know. I don't want to put words in his mouth. But he said he quit the show. He called me a simp, soy boy cuck on the internet. And he quit the show, right? And he was like he wasn't my co-host, but he's always a speaker. And somebody made a meme coin, a Nadeau meme coin because of this beef between me and Nadeau, right? And Nadeau, who used to work at Barstool, they love him there. He texted Dave Portnoy and he was like, oh no, Dave, like, you know, they made a meme coin about me. I have nothing to do with it. And Dave Portnoy thought it was funny that he had a meme coin and they started pumping it. Dave Portnoy tweeted about the Nadeau meme coin. Barstool Big Cat tweeted about the meme coin and it hit like a $2 million market cap in like 2 hours. So this kid from my show made a fucking meme coin to shit on me, call me a soy boy, simp, cuck, this and that. And he came on and talked about it. Probably made like $100,000 on his meme coin because it blew up because of the show. And it was hilarious because this kid made all this money on his meme coin, and I brought on Jeff Nadeau, and Nadeau was pissed. He was like, "You used my fucking name, the dynasty that is the name of Jeff Nadeau. You made money off my name. Like, you owe me fucking money." And he's like telling this to the developer of the meme coin, right? And keep in mind, this kid made the meme coin to support him in the beef. You know what I mean? And it just happened to blow up. So in his perspective, like, he didn't do anything wrong. But now you get Jeff Nadeau yelling at this kid to like pay him money. He's like, "You made probably like 100,000 off me, my name. You owe me 10K. You know what I mean? Like, at least, right? So that's the type of stuff that goes on. But yeah, there was like a meme coin created because of the drama. So it's not even like sports. It's like other things as well. You know what I mean? So
do you think that your show has a chance of potentially just actually, honestly, kind of exiting just the sports world alone and just getting into like, I mean, you have like, for instance, you have the story of Mozzie and Jello's ex. Right. And Mozzie's trying to beef with Jello. It's like, in theory, you got Jello. Jello was posting out on his stories about this situation. And it's all stemming directly from your show. So you're getting into like, Jello is the most viral rapper right now in the world. Right. It's like, this show is, man, the future is, you're taking over the world.
Yeah. Absolutely. There's no limitations to like, oh, we're only exclusive to sports betting stuff. No, not at all. Like, you know, it gets personal on the show. Like, if people want to talk shit about someone's baby mama or something like that, hell yeah, do it on the Elff show. You know what I mean? Like, for sure. But just know my audience are gamblers, right? But like, gamblers are degenerates. They love that shit too. You know what I mean? Like, they love all that drama. So yeah, no, it's not exclusive to just gambling content. There was one of my biggest shows was the Taylor Mathis meme coin one. She had her, you know, with the whole Taylor coin situation. I hosted a debate between her and Jeff Nadeau. Okay. And that one was a huge show. So it's not just like gambling stuff. Like you know, we've had 2 crypto incidents now, incidental ones on the show. Yeah, there's some talk about, you know, Mozzie's having sex with LiAngelo Ball's baby mama. And he said on the show that LiAngelo Ball's baby mama said that Mozzie's better in bed than Jello is. So like, there's like personal shit like that goes on all the time.
That came out of Mozzie's mouth? Or
yeah, Mozzie said that. I was like, well, I asked Mozzie, like, Mozzie, who does she say is better in bed, you or Jello Ball? And Mozzie's like, he's like, oh, you know, like, you already know she thinks I'm way better in bed than LiAngelo Ball. So he was talking shit about LiAngelo Ball's pipe game on the Elff show. You know what I mean? So yeah,
I mean, that has to be some cat, man. After seeing his athletic ability yesterday, Jello's been in the NBA, and Mozzie couldn't even beat a golden spoon kid who's never been in a fight who got his ass beat. I mean,
it was a good fight though. Like, it was entertaining as hell. I mean, it was obviously not the cleanest boxing, but no one expected the cleanest boxing. You know what I mean? Like, Mozzie didn't even have his like headgear on right. Like, his headgear was like, it wasn't like strapped in. He didn't have boxing shoes. Like, he didn't like come prepared. You know what I mean? He set himself up at like such a disadvantage, you know, like just the basic, like in sports like that, the basic things you have to get right? Like your hydration, your mentality, like your gear. Like he
was wearing sweatpants.
He's wearing sweatpants. Like he came in a Lamborghini, but he can't like, you know, get boxing shoes. You know what I mean? Like, you better fight someone live on the internet.
And me, meanwhile, I literally had a team of pro boxers that helped me out for hours ahead of time. Yeah. And they were telling me what to do the night before because I instantly got them on the phone. Because what happens is
you were calling them at 4 a.m.
Oh, yeah. So I actually sponsored the guy on Jake Paul's MVP promotion. So I fully funded him. So he put my logo on his shorts and all these things. So I have these guys whenever I need them. Right. Okay. And so I basically just hit him up. He picks up the phone, answers. I like, bro, I got to fight in 10 hours. I need to make this happen. Yeah. What do I got to do? He's like, well, you got to get sleep. I didn't get sleep. But he's like, you got to do this in the morning. You got to do this. You got to remain calm. Yeah. You got to do as much breath work as possible. Yeah. So like, I knew these because what happens is when you're going off and screaming and stuff beforehand, your muscles and you're tensing
You're going to tire yourself out.
You're tire yourself out. And then even before, if you're at the punching the mitts and punching the bags, bro, you're going to tire yourself. That's why you saw I only did literally
3 punches, a lot of breathing.
A lot of breathing right before the fight happened. Like literally right before I got in the ring because you just want to be as calm as possible. Right. So Mozzie was at a complete disadvantage.
Yeah. He came in firing. You know, he was warming up. He was heated. Like first like a minute, he went at you. You know what I mean? And I was like, oh, like I knew in my head, I'm like, he's gonna gas himself out. Yeah. Going that crazy in a minute. And he's not a trained fighter. He doesn't have the cardio.
Well, he had no idea what was happening. That's why I stood there and I was just quiet because I'm like sitting there in my head thinking, dude, this dude is so fucking dumb.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie. When he was doing that to you though, like he looked like he was gonna beat you though. That's why the line moved. Like you could see that. It's true. I'm saying from an unbiased perspective, when he came out of his Lamborghini and pushed you, and then he was he was like flexing on you and stuff. Like he looked like he was gonna beat you. Your line moved from -220 to like -140. So it moved like almost a full like. It was almost 100 cents. That's a lot. That's a lot of line movement. You know
it's massive.
Massive line
movement. That's like,
just
honestly,
like
if that ever happens, it's like, hey, there's like, put it like this. If Giannis Antetokounmpo, I can't pronounce his last name, was playing, right? And just like out of nowhere, he gets announced an injury, they wouldn't even move 100 cents.
Right.
It's like things like that. That's a massive discrepancy. And so
huge,
people probably thought, they're like, oh shit, Sean's scared, man.
Yeah.
He might, you know what I mean?
I think in his head though, he thought he was gonna beat you for sure, be easy as fuck. Like he really thought he was gonna knock you out. Like he didn't go. People are saying, why did he take the fight? You know, you're bigger than him. You're out of his weight class. Like he didn't. Like he thought he was gonna win. That's why he took the fight. You know,
he thought he was gonna fuck me up.
He thought he was gonna kill you. Yeah, that's why he did it. I mean, he didn't expect to lose. There's no way. So no, but I respect him for getting in the ring though. You know what I mean? Like you guys opened a door. Like there's gonna be so many more fights now because of that. You know what I mean? Because I've been trying to get fights at Bet Bash going. And people are saying like, oh, they're not going to want to watch, like leave the circa, this and that. I'm like, yes, they are. People are going to want to like watch these guys who have beef. They watch my show every night. They see these same two guys going at it every fucking night, making it personal. Like they're going to want to watch them fight. And especially if you get betting markets up on it, then for sure, then people will watch.
So that's the start of something new.
There's going to be more gambling fights for sure, 100%. Because this one was such a success. It was a massive success. Like everything was
on 10 hours time.
10 hours time, we set everything.
Imagine if it's a week, or you could hype it up, or.
But honestly, it might even get it might even get worse because of the week.
It's real
right?
Time,
because then it's like, you know, you make it a paid event, and you get sponsors involved, right? And then the sponsors like, oh, we can't have like this or this, like, and then it gets messy. The fact that it was like 10 hours, like.
We can say whatever we want. Say whatever the fuck anything you want. Happens.
No one's getting paid for this shit.
Yeah,
like,
we're just showing up.
We're showing up. We're fighting. Like when you get like, you know, when you build up a fight, right? You're trying to make money off it now, so it's like a different thing. It becomes like a whole marketing thing, and then you have to like do promo, right? They're like, okay, we're gonna do like a Sean Perry versus Mozzie face off or something like that, and that might be like cringe. You know what I mean? Because it's like oh, like it's kind of scripted, whatever. Like no, this was real. Like, fuck you, dude. Like, live on the Spaces. Meet me in the ring in 10 hours. We're going to fuck each other up, right? So that's why it worked. That's what I'm worried about is, like, now that like, this happened, I'm worried that people are going to try to, like, artificially start shit, and it's going to be fake. Because the reason why everything is going the way it is because everything's so real and organic. You know what I mean? That's what keeps the content good. None of it is fake. We're just capturing it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm worried now that people know, like, this could be a big event if we beef with each other and it's just fake, then like fuck that. That's dumb, right? Like I want to keep everything real and keep it organic. That's the goal. So there's like water. There's like you got to tread these dangerous waters.
Well, I feel like there's no one better to do that than you.
Yeah, and I could sniff out the bullshit in a second. You know what I mean? Like people will come on, they'll make up stories in a second. I'm like, all right, this guy's like, I don't know, like he's clout chasing, and you know, people will DM me stuff like, oh, this guy scammed me, whatever. I'm like, all right, like show the proof, right? Like you gotta, you know, show me the proof. You can't just come on the show. They're like, no, I'll send you the proof like live on the show. I'm like, no, I'm not just gonna let you like slander someone's name with no proof or anything. Like, I'm like, if you have proof though, I'll let you do it, right? Because then it's not slander. It's true. You know, you did that. So that's the difference. That's what I'm worried about. And
there was one time when I came on, it was my first time on your show ever.
Yeah.
And to be honest, before I came on the show, so I personally don't follow anyone on Twitter.
Right.
I don't follow anyone on social media. So I try to stay off social media as much as possible. So I didn't really know what was happening because I'm not on the internet, right? And I just post and let people talk because I don't really care what anyone has to say.
Yeah.
And I make money in the real world.
Yeah.
But what happened was I came on and there was this kid that comes in the show and he's like, bro, you've won 50 bets out of like 500 games of your sports picks. Like you are not a winning bettor. And I'm just like, bro, what are you talking about, dude? I've literally only been releasing plays for a year.
Do you know who it was or no? You just remember?
I don't even remember who it is. And this guy was just talking. I was like, who is this kid, right? I don't know how to, I'm so bad with electronics. I don't even know how to track who's talking. Right? So like when it's some random kid popping in, I don't know what's happening.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, I've only released like 300 plays.
Right.
But it's just like you instantly took this dude out and like, bro, like this guy. I mean, there's just so much drama and obviously like.
But sometimes the drama's good. Like if you are going to make it like a fake claim against someone and it gets them riled up.
I was pissed, bro. 100%.
Like, then that's okay. But it can't be like, you can't like act like whatever this guy said is true. You know what I mean? But I'll let it like I would like let it rile you up.
100% what you did.
Because then you know the truth will come out, right? And that's the goal. It's a host, right? You're making a show. But like my goal is not to just like have people make like baseless claims and then debunk them there. Like if you're gonna make a claim about someone, like you should have and you got made. So
you know
there
what's
was a
crazy?
Serious claim made against you actually.
Real quick before I want to say something. By the way,
go ahead.
You are so good.
Yeah.
At just letting the beef happen.
Yeah.
I just want to put this out there.
Yeah.
Before, when Mozzie came on the show,
right.
The reason why he came on the show, Mozzie and I are boys.
Right.
And he calls me and he goes, yo, Sean, like, should I go on this Elff show?
Right.
Because I seen you on there.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, because he like when I was exposing Mickey, like obviously that was all on the internet and Mozzie saw it.
Yeah.
So and he knew it was from your show.
Right.
And I was like, bro, like you have to go on Elff show. Like his show is the sickest.
Yeah.
And I told him ahead of time, like, bro, I'm gonna come on there and I'm going to call you a simp. I'm going to keep it real with you.
Okay.
Like, I'm a real person. I'm going to call you a simp for whatever it is. I'm not going to talk about any of the sports stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and call you a fraud because I don't care what you do. Like, if someone wants to go scam someone and it's not me, let them. I'm not going to just go speak on negatively on someone's name for no fucking reason.
Yeah.
It's not who I am as a person. Right. So if you guys all have to do your own due diligence, I'm not going to sit there and expose people on for no reason. That's not who I am. Right.
Yeah.
So what happened is I was like, yo, I'm going to come on and I'm just going to say that. And then if you want, we can go at all these people together that have talked bad about both of us and we can tag team on these motherfuckers. And he's like, bet, bro. So we're sitting there texting. We're like, okay, we're going to make this stuff happen. That's not how it went at all. And then I came on and I basically said, why are we giving this dude, this fucking simp, the spotlight? That's the first thing I said.
Yeah.
And he knew I was going to say that. But then he instantly went at me saying, bro, you're a fraud. Your sports picks don't win. Yeah. You're a fucking dude. He went off on me, bro. Yeah. And you let him. And he went off Des. And I'm there trying to talk. You're shutting me up, dude.
I wasn't. No, I said I wasn't shutting you up because you and him were speaking at the same time and your mic was way louder than his. So you were speaking at the same time as him, but it was really just you. It was like the audience only could hear you. So that's why I kept having to mute you. That's what I was doing, but go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm just saying, on my standpoint, I'm just like, man, Elff is here. He's silencing me. Mozzie keeps fucking talking. Yeah. He keeps spitting bullshit, right? Over and over and over again. Okay. And I'm just like, dude. I mean, I'm just thinking in my head, I was like, man, Elff is getting me pissed off, right? And this guy, Mozzie, bro, Mozzie and I, we've hung out before. Like, we are genuinely friends, you understand? Like, we were talking about the situation in the girl with Joe. I was personally texting you, Sam, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, we were having fun with all of these things.
Yeah.
And you are so good at what you do that you somehow turn this into me and him wanting to literally kill each other.
Yeah.
To where, bro, I've never fought anyone in my life. I don't ever care to fight anyone. And I was fucking ready and riled up to show up the next day to beat the living brakes off this dude.
That's so funny that you guys came in as like friends on the show and I literally turned you two against each other.
Dude, I literally can show you
I'm guessing you guys are probably not on good terms right now for sure. Like, are you or no?
Absolutely not, dude. Are you crazy? This dude is saying the most scandalous shit to me. I beat his ass, right? I silenced him. Now, obviously, I have the full green light to expose the fraud he is.
Right.
Like, I would never have exposed him if he didn't come at me in that way, right? I feel like me calling him a simp is it doesn't hurt his business because he makes money scamming people by selling sports picks on the internet, which don't win long term. And if it did win long term, I'd be like, yo, man, I'm actually better. I want to bet you. I'll put up $5 million. Let's snake draft. Let's bet $100,000 a game. Right. Until someone has no more money.
Right.
And we can. The only person who can quit is a loser once it hits the 5 million mark.
Yeah.
And I'll donate 100% of the money to my fans.
Right.
I don't need the 5 million. I just know I felt bad for his audience, and I was going to take the money that he scammed his followers. For me to give to them.
Right.
But the thing is I'm getting on the show and you're just like letting this dude come at me. I mean, you're letting me talk back. Des Bryant got in there, by the way.
Des Bryant was getting heat.
Dude, what was the craziest thing is Mozzie was going at Des like no other.
I've never seen it. He was shitting on Des Bryant bad.
Massively.
Yeah.
And Des is like, by the way, I could be the biggest bullshit in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, it likely is, right? Mozzie spits nonsense out of his ass nonstop. Yeah. And he's like...
He's coming at his career, like, and everything. Literally everything.
The most preposterous
things.
Irrelevant.
Like, go back. No one gives a fuck about you, Des. Like, you're irrelevant in 20... Like,
you were a sorry-ass receiver.
Yeah. Literally, but go ahead. Unless you,
and Des literally just took it. And then I came on, I'm like, Des, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, you're supposed to, literally, you could light the fuck out of this dude. This dude came at me way less than he came at you, and I'm here wanting to kill him.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but I mean, Des spoke on it. He said, like, nah, like, I forgive you, because it seems like Des just wants love. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, I love
he's
him,
a good dude. He came to the fight. He was just having a blast. You know, he wasn't looking for, like, beef or anything. But he did say he will fight someone, though. If someone calls him out, like, Des will, like, go and fight them.
Dude,
so
you think I got it or what?
No.
He would destroy me.
He would fucking kill you. He's huge.
Absolutely.
He's one of the best wide receivers.
Dude, he's an athlete, bro. I mean, bro, he's a stud.
Proper athlete. You would have to fight a proper athlete, though. Like,
I mean, you can get that, bro, and I'm sure he has beef with some people. I'm sure someone's
got to have beef with. No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Des have beef with people based on the way he handled the Mozzie situation. It seems like he just like will squash the beef with you. You know what I mean?
Because Mozzie was saying bullshit, and Des knows that, so it's like Mozzie's obviously.
But if someone was saying some shit that was true and it was like personal, then Des would probably fuck him up.
When things go personal, it's like, bro, like when Mozzie came at me, bro, he made it personal, bro. So now it's like, oh, it's time for me to fuck you up, right? So it's like,
and he stepped in the ring. You guys stepped in the ring, so it was.
And one thing that you do that's better than anyone else is like when these people are talking, you sit there and you find somehow in real time extra beef. Do you have who's giving you all this info, man? Do you have like
people are DMing me all the time, dude. Like they'll be like, oh, this person did this to me with proof. They'll send it to me in real time.
So you have like multiple screens up and you're seeing.
I have a sports betting setup, so I have like 6 monitors.
Okay,
like that's what like most sharps probably have. So I'll have the spaces on my phone. And I'll be live betting during the show, like, just for fun. And I'll have like Twitter up on my left monitor, and I'll be getting DMs in real time, like during the show. And I read the comments as well, like because people comment, but it doesn't show up on the space, but you could read it like on Twitter, like if someone tagged you or something. So people will be sending me proof of like a scam or something or a tweet, and I'll like bring it up in real time. So I'm good at that. And also, let's say there is an allegation made. I'll be like, okay, like, will you bet on it? Like, will you put money on that it's true? And then I'll give an example, like bet slips, right? Like,
well, you could even tell the story with me and Mickey.
The rape allegation?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure. So Mickey Mace did a show, and then the day later you came on the show again. Yeah. And Mickey Mace comes back on the show. It was me, you, Bryce Hall was in there for that one. Jack Mack was in there from Barstool. Like there was some big names in there. And Mickey Mace comes in, and he said a few things. Well, he said, like, one, Bryce, were you there when I got kicked out of the casino? He said, yes. He's like, did I make X amount of money winning in Baccarat? I don't remember the exact number.
I think it was like I think it was like 12 million. He said, did you see me win over
12 million? And he's like, yes, I did. And then he was like, Sean Perry, how are you going to address your rape allegation? And then once he said that, I was like, oh shit, like, that's a serious allegation, right?
Yep.
And I was like, okay, like I'm just gonna kind of like see how this plays out. And yeah, he said that you have a rape allegation against you.
So how the whole beef started is it didn't get there, by the way. Right. So it's funny. I started the podcast and I was like, hey, I'm gonna start my own podcast. Yeah. Would you come on? So Mickey and I were boys, right? And so when he said, he literally tried to charge me money. He's like, oh, well, you know how I make money on the internet? I pay you. Like, you got to pay me $50,000. I go, bro, what the fuck? We're friends. Yeah. And once again, bro, I knew the whole time that Mozzie is a fraud. Yeah. He has no money. He scams his audience.
Mickey. You're saying Mickey.
I knew the whole time that Mickey Mace is an absolute fraud. He scams his audience. Right. He owns a piece of Kurgo. They signed me originally. So I was actually dude, I used to stream for Kurgo. I went to Toronto for 1 week, right? That's how I know the owner's name, Kevin. That's how I know all the details. That's how I know Mickey's literally his simp. He's like, it's like his sugar daddy. Mickey lives in the Kurgo crater house because he has no money to pay for rent. Yeah. We went to dinner one time and we credit card rouletted and I lost. And it was like a $2,000 bill. And it's funny, Mickey was there with like 10 people. Yeah. And I know Mickey doesn't have money. Okay. And so what happened was I was like, oh, Mickey, I'll chop with you. And I didn't even eat. Yeah. And the bill was like $2,500. Right. And I go back to the Kurgo's house and Kevin was like, oh, wait, why would you pay for this dinner? Because they were trying to sign me. He's like, here's a $2,500. Okay. And I'm like, okay, thank you, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need the money, but I'm just like,
it's a principle.
It's exactly, it's just whatever. He just wanted to give me. And so I ended up signing with Kurgo. I went to Canada to start streaming. I started a streaming service. Bro, it was actually popping off. Within 1 week, I was getting like 1,500 to 2,000 live viewers, like
really
instantly. I was in top 5 at the time. That's
a lot of viewers, yeah.
Dude, it just popped off because I can be funny. I was dancing. I was making a fool of myself. Like you know me, bro. I can talk. I know that like people know I know the gambling space. Like I started a YouTube channel, bro. I posted like 8 videos of me gambling at the casino at Red Rock.
Right.
And those videos were getting like 50,000 views out of nowhere.
Okay.
Like popping off.
Yeah.
Right. But anyways, so what happened was I started this podcast and I call Mickey because I'm like, bro, we're boys. Yeah. And you would be, obviously, Mickey has a massive name on the internet. You'd be a great first guest. Yeah. And then he tried to charge me. And then I'm just like, bro, come on, dude.
How
friends.
much? What was the number?
So he wanted to charge me 50,000.
50?
And then I'm like, bro, are you serious? He's like, all right, for you, I'll do it for 20K. Because that's how he makes his money.
Yeah.
Is what he tells me. He charges people, like people pay him to come on their podcast.
Yeah.
Which could be true because he is very viral and very massive.
Yeah.
And so then
that's smart, right? You pay someone like Mickey to come on, it's good for the brand.
Yeah, and then it boots you up 100%. I agree.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, we're friends. You don't do that stuff. Like for instance, no one paid anyone here anything to come.
Right.
And so then what happens is I was like, bro, like I couldn't expose you, dude. Are you serious? He goes, really, man? You want to come at me?
Yeah.
Like, and he's just like telling me to bring it.
Right.
I was like, okay. So then I got on your show the next day, right? It was my first time coming on. He was on there. And I just went in on this dude and exposed him.
Right.
And what's funny is he called my manager because he knew I was going to do a podcast because instantly, bro, I could move in real time. So John Sarasani, who's one of the biggest blackjack players.
I want to get him on my show too.
So
He's
I'll
cool.
set it up. I'll connect you guys. I'll actually tell him, like, dude, you got to get on the show. I mean, he would love to come on your show. You're crushing it.
Yeah.
But so he's like a very controversial dude and has no issues or whatever. And I told him ahead of time, hey, I want to expose all these people that have wronged me, including Mickey Mace.
Right.
And he's like, okay, bet. And I was like, I have a good audience. Like, I'm in the sports world. Like, I have a massive following. You have the blackjack audience. I'll give you all my followers, right?
Right.
And he's like, perfect.
Yeah.
So then what happens is we basically are doing this thing. I'm exposing Mickey, and I didn't say anything really bad about him. I didn't go at Kurgo. I just went at Mickey.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
And then basically Mickey calls because I was FOMOing this day saying, yo, guys, wait till you see, like, I was creating extra hype. I was like, wait till you guys see this episode. So Mickey is like texting me, calling me, begging for me not to do it now. Right. And I was like, bro, yesterday you were saying like you wanted war and now you're begging me to stop.
Right.
It's kind of funny, right? Call my manager and just like, bro, then what happened is Kevin ended up calling me. And I actually he tried to call me, which is the owner of Kurgo.
Okay.
And this was after, by the way. So wait, I'm mistracking. So basically, me and Mickey had this thing, and he's like, "Don't release the episode." And he tried to tell the studio that I work at, he's like, "If you guys release the episode, I'm never gonna come and work there again." And then the studio was just like, "Yo, it has nothing to do with us. Like, Sean is a paying guest here. It's his content. He can do what." Like he's gonna we'll tell him not to, but at the end of the day, bro, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Right. No one's my boss. Yeah. Like I'm gonna do what I want to do. Right.
Good life,
So exactly. I mean, you're at the same point. You're gonna also do what you want to do. You're a boss. No, you don't have no boss.
Yeah.
So you've basically made it to that level in life.
Right.
But anyway,
well, I am a boss now.
You are a boss, bro. That's why I'm saying you're like, Sean, thank you for this room. Thanks for this, bro. Don't thank me. You deserve all this shit, bro. You're a boss in life. When you're a boss, that's the stuff that happens to you.
Yeah.
Right?
Cool.
Like all these casinos are going to be probably they're going to be doing business meetings or say, you know what? Hop on our PJ, come see us. Like, bro, shit's going to be happening for you, man.
I mean, everyone's reaching out. It's pretty cool. But go ahead. Yeah.
So what happens is basically I got on there and I just exposed Mickey as a person, as a fraud. And I didn't bring up nothing to do with the way he makes money on the internet by owning a casino. Right?
Yeah.
And then what happens is he comes on. And I'm going at him for all these things, saying, yo, I would fuck you up. Let's start a fight. That's how it originally is. Like, Mickey, I want to beat the daylights out of you. Yeah. Because he sits there and talks about how he's some wrestling high school champion and all this stuff. And I also gave him a platform. I was like, Mickey, if you're a winning baccarat player, why don't you show up? And I'll let you bet $1 million a hand in baccarat. Yeah. Or if you could bet more, you know what I mean? Because I have billionaire friends that would book him, obviously. Right. That like I've done.
What's the house edge on baccarat? It's small. It's like what, like 0.5% or something?
No, it's a little less than 1% or something like that. Depends what you do, banker, player. But dude, he's like the kind of DJ, and he does like, bro, Mickey's a degenerate. So I know Mickey from the real world. That's how we're friends because I play in these high stakes private games. Right. And so what happens when I play in these high stakes private games? I'm gambling against billionaires and people like celebrities and all this stuff. Bro, Mickey would come in and lose millions of dollars. And billionaire suckers love to play with Mickey. He's the worst player I've ever seen. Really? He's also one of the worst gamblers. Dude, he is covered in face tattoos. He look like a smart dude. He's an absolute degenerate gambler. Right? And so what happens is we just become boys because like I'm someone that's going to try to be friends with the suckers at all times, which makes sense because you want to be friends with the whales. So then you can gamble against them and you beat them for a lot of money.
Right.
So what happens is we were all good together. And then when I came to the internet, he's like, bro, like he wanted to do collabs with me and all this stuff because he knew I was a real person on the internet. He's like, all these other cappers on the internet, they're all fake.
Right.
So that's why I just basically got to do all these stuff with him, which people obviously don't get to do, right?
Yeah.
Never paid him for anything. And whatever. So then what happens is I'm calling him out saying, yo, show up, play Baccarat. You're a loser. The reason why you're banned from Baccarat isn't because you are sharp, which is impossible to win. It's because you go to these casinos, you vandalize properties. He used to like have rooms at these
like nice rooms
at the mansions, at the MGM, and I've been to some of these parties, right? And at these
I heard
parties,
they're crazy parties,
dude. They were insane, bro. Like insane, like celebrities.
And you don't really party, right? Like you don't really like to party, right?
Well, I didn't party anyways. Like I didn't drink, nothing. But like I can tell the story because it's already public. Like that party I was at is where Bryce Hall cheated on Addison Rae at that thing, right? And I was there. I actually met Bryce that night, and it's just like, bro, there was massive celebrities. Bro, Mickey was doing things where he's throw eye break parties. So he'd have these villas that cost $50,000 a night that the casino was giving for free, and the only way to get in to the party is you had to vandalize something on the property.
Okay.
Like you had to go break a TV. The people were breaking fish tanks that are $100,000 fixes, and the casino didn't care.
Really,
dude? They didn't care because Mozzie was playing $250,000 a hand. Oh, Mickey was playing $250,000 a hand.
Yeah.
Baccarat losing millions of dollars in expected value, like, all the time. They're like, okay, whatever. But they banned him the second he has no more money because he lost it all gambling.
Right.
Now you're
Once
not on a property.
Profitable, yeah.
And now they say what his chick is, every casino in the world cheats.
Yeah.
Bro, no casino needs to cheat, right?
They have an edge.
They have an edge. Why the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, think of it like this.
Yeah.
Aria, right?
Right.
They're worth billions and billions of dollars.
Okay.
You think they're going to go partner with a dealer that makes $15 an hour to try to cheat you out of your fucking 10,000?
No.
Like, it doesn't make sense.
Liability.
Right?
But I think in that case, like the dealer fucked up, right? There was something that, like the dealer messed up.
Oh,
right?
There's little errors all the time that happen.
I was playing
right?
blackjack last night and the dealer messed up and it just happens, you know what I mean? But I guess go ahead. Yeah.
So I'll tell you a story, man. Like there was one time I basically got paid out $15,000 less than was supposed to happen with Aria. They call me the next day and they say, "Hey, we actually underpaid you $15,000."
Yeah.
So it goes both ways.
Yeah.
If a casino accidentally underpays you, they will phone you and let you know, "Hey, we underpaid you." If they overpay you, they're going to phone you and say, "Hey, we overpaid you."
Yeah.
So if like you basically play a hand and they paid you out, actually, to be honest, casinos typically take the worst of it.
Yeah,
so
they do. I'll tell a story. I'll tell a quick story from last night. I was so drunk last night. We were playing blackjack. It was me, Bryce Hall, and a person named Sam. And Bryce was doing, I think, like 1,000 a hand. Sam was doing like 5K a hand. And I was done gambling, right? Like I wasn't gambling, but I put like a $100 chip out because I wanted to just play this hand. You know what I mean? So I put my chip out, and the dealer didn't deal me in. And Bryce Hall had a 20 on his $1,000 hand. The other guy had a 10. It was showing a 10, and the dealer was showing a 10. So they were like, okay, the floor had to come in. They didn't know what to do. And they asked everyone, like, okay, do you want to play this hand? Do you not want to play this hand? So they just gave me my money back. They're like, all right, we're not going to deal you in after. Bryce played his hand and won, and the other guy, Sam, voided his hand, and he got his 5K back. So Bryce won his hand, and the dealer busted. And then we were like, okay, what would have happened if like it just was dealt normally and everyone would have lost? So it was like I saved them like I think like 7K in total. But that was just like from me putting like $100 chip out there. I was drunk. I was trying to play ahead. But the casinos usually just take the worst of it.
Exactly, and they're not going to cheat.
Yeah,
and so what Mickey does is he came out with this narrative. He started a casino, so he says, "Hey, every casino in the world cheats except for my online casino, Kurgo."
Right.
But you want to know the real reason why? Like, so the reason why I stopped streaming with Kurgo. Remember, I told you I was there. I moved to Toronto, and I got was getting.
Where were you streaming on? What, Kick, Twitch? Like
I was streaming on Kick.
On Kick, okay.
Dude, I was getting like basically on the Kick channel.
Yeah.
Bro, within 5 days, I had literally thousands of subscribers or something for signups.
Wow.
And
okay.
But I was also doing massive giveaways, bro. You know how I am.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, hey, come here. I'm gonna give away 5,000 today. I was gonna give away 1,000. Anything I do is just gonna blow up. Yeah. And I'm entertaining, bro. Like I'm telling real life stories and stuff like that.
Right.
So, but what happened is I was getting DMs of people saying, hey, I'm not being paid out.
Really?
Dude, I got like a lot of them. So I was just like, oh shit, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
So I left.
Okay.
So it's just like, I don't know what's happening now. I haven't been affiliated with them in forever, but I would advise people, obviously, not to go gamble on Kurgo, Mickey's Casino and all. Like, the guy doesn't have money in real life.
Yeah.
How is he going to pay you on a casino if you go and hit a big jackpot?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's that. And obviously, I'm now exposing him. But I didn't even talk about his personal business, right?
Yeah.
When that happened, I didn't even care. Like, bro, like, I stopped promoting it. I deleted all the shit. And I never funneled, hey, go gamble on Kurgo anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, Mickey, you do you. We're no longer part of it. You never wronged me. I told, like, I didn't promote the casino, nothing anymore ever again.
Yeah.
So then what happens is basically Mickey comes on before this, and I didn't even want to expose this stuff, but he called me a rapist.
Yeah, he called you a rapist.
And I'm like,
a rape allegation.
Oh, rape allegation. Yeah. He says, how do you want to address rape allegations?
Yeah.
Because I was calling him out for days saying, yo, let's fight. Come play Baccarat. Obviously, he doesn't want to play because he knows he's a loser.
Yeah.
And then so the one thing he does, he hops into space and says, hey, can you mute everyone, please? And he says two things. Bryce, did you ever see me win $11 million before? Bryce said, yes. Yeah. Which is true. Mickey did run up money initially gambling. That's why he has a story to tell.
Right.
But like anyone who runs up money, they end up losing it all.
Yeah.
Right? And then secondly, because also firstly, like if every time you went to the casino and won money or lost money, no one would come gamble. Yeah. So people can get lucky. I know a story of a guy out in Macau won $2 billion on a single trip.
Yeah.
Like $2 billion, bro. Because there it's hard to get money in Macau, and they have like things called junkets. So if you live in China, you can't get money into China, into Macau, and you're only allowed to go at a certain time. And so what happens is a junket is a middleman between someone in the casino and the guy in China, and he settles for both ways.
Right, he settles.
So the guy will go play in Macau, 50K, 100K hand baccarat, but then he wants to play bigger. So the junket was like, all right, man, I'll give you $20 million of hand action. Right. And we cross it based off your results.
Oh, okay.
So a guy went and literally lost $2 billion in 2 days.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Damn.
Insane.
That's nuts.
But like, these are the people I'm around from I've been on super yachts where I'm gambling $5 million, winning and losing $5 million in a single day.
Really?
Like stories like this. That's how I know these kind of guys are losing billions of dollars daily gambling. Yeah. But so anyways, Mickey ran up money, lost it all, but he came on this space and he says two things. One, Bryce, did you ever see me win $11 million? Bryce goes, yes. Two, Sean, what do you have to say about the rape allegations? Obviously, that's real personal. Because I'm someone, like, you can obviously tell, you saw me last night with girls, like
No, you didn't even talk to any girls or anything. You had a table, the Mozzie signs came out, there was drinks there was girls there. And he left. You just left. You didn't even, you just left. You left for what? Like 30 minutes you were there. I just literally came. It just doesn't interest you?
To show you a good, I'm not into drinking. I'm not into girls that go at clubs. I don't like girls that like drink. I'm just like, bro, I'm a dude that hangs out with my family.
So what's your type then? Like you're not trying to get a girl or anything? I know.
I'm looking for someone like super wholesome and just like, but I'm going to be honest, like my dream is to be a dad in life and things like that. Yeah. But like, dude, I'm someone that like cares about making money and leveling myself up in life. And I don't really focus on girls. Like me personally, dude, I haven't been with a girl in over 5 months. And I just like, it is what it is. People could say things about it, but it's just like, dude, like I feel like like right now, bro, you're not chasing girls either. You're trying to level yourself up in life. Yeah. And things happen.
You should never chase girls though. It never ends well. Chasing a girl.
You should never chase anyone in life. Well, the only thing you should do is chase your
dreams.
Exactly. Chase your dreams and then things happen, right? So obviously I can go in my DMs, bro. I get hundreds of DMs all the time by girls wanting to hang out. Like, dude, that's not me. Yeah. Not what I care for. I'm like leveling myself up in life.
Right, for sure.
But so what happens is that's why it's like so surprising. And even Bryce was surprised because Bryce and I have hung out 50 plus times. Yeah. And just known like we talk all the so we're good. I said like we're good friends. The reason why I say that is because like at the time one of my partners was best friends with Bryce. Yeah. So Bryce and I have been on trips together. We've like we went to, for instance, we went to Mar-a-Lago and we had a dinner with Barron Trump. I have YouTube videos of like a lot of different things. I honestly haven't even released that stuff because it's just so old. And I mean, I can post it. It's like kind of cool content. Yeah. You saw us. We were together last night. So we've hung out a bunch. Yeah. And he knows, dude, he's never seen me around a girl. Like I'm not hooking up with girls. Like even if girls talk to me, bro, I don't have no interest. Yeah. And so Mickey comes on rape allegations.
So do you think he just like completely made it up? Or do you think
1,000%.
Do you think a girl might have told him that and he believed her? Like, I don't think Mickey would have just made something up like that. I'm guessing like some girl told him that you like did something that was probably false, is my guess. Because you took a lie detector test, right?
Yeah, I took a lie detector test and posted it instantly the next day. Yeah. But then I decided to delete it. So you saw the results came up negative. It was official. It was fucking viewed. I mean, there's no hiding it, right? Yeah. I just took it down on my page because it does look bad for me that someone's accusing me of rape allegations. It's like not good look on my brand or anything at all. Yeah. And I do a lot of business and with a lot of like I have like 5 different companies basically that make 8 figures plus a year.
Right.
So it's like, dude, I don't need this shit out there on the internet about me. So I posted it just to show that, hey, this isn't true. And then I deleted it.
Right.
But yeah, it's like, bro, it's like Mickey's a potty
you think
mouth.
he just made it up?
Bro, he makes up everything on the internet, right? So like, why would he not make this up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough, yeah.
You know,
I was just playing devil's advocate.
You actually want to know what's really funny?
Yeah, go ahead.
So one of Mickey's girls that he like, there's a picture that I had on my Instagram at a time where I was at the steakhouse, STK, and I had Winnie and we were doing content. Like there was this girl in between that he's like, oh, this is my girl, right? Okay. Mickey like talks about, hey, I hook up with girls. Dude, she's like some little, like all the girls he hangs out with are like hoes and do OnlyFans and porn stars and things like that. I mean, the guy's a fucking loser. Right. But this girl's sitting in between us and dude, like she got my info and like the bill comes. Obviously, Mickey doesn't pick up the bill. I pay for the whole thing. It was like $10,000. Like the guy doesn't have money, and it is what it is. It's okay, right? Like we got some posts in and kind of helping my brand, so it's fine. Yeah. The girl's hitting me up trying to hang out with me the next day. So what I wanted to do yesterday was I hit her up. I was like, hey, you want to come be a ring girl for the fight? Oh, really? Right? And she didn't see it in time. She hit me up this morning. No, or she didn't last night. She was like, damn, I missed this. Yeah. So she would have came. No, that and honestly, what's funny is she would have came to like she knows the real story about this guy. Yeah. She knows this guy's a fucking fraud and all this. She would have helped expose him. But I mean, no one's denying the fact that this guy's a fraud because I'm coming at him publicly and he has zero to say. Right. Other than a fake rape allegation, which I checkmated him once again by doing a lie detector test instantly the next day. Yeah. Like when he said that, did you think any bit in the slightest that was true or not? I
had no idea. I literally had no idea. Like I have no idea. Right?
Which is once again what's great about the space.
If it's good or not, right? Yeah.
That's why the space is going viral.
That's why the space is good. Because people will say that and then it's like, we don't know, right? So we're just waiting. We want to know if there's a rape allegation or not.
Exactly.
And, and then it turned into a lie detector test. So like the space like builds content. You know what I mean? So like this Mozzie fight will build more content. Like you think he's going to come back and talk some more shit and he's going to say you cheated, dirty bot. Like it's just going to happen. You know?
Bro, it's going to spiral. I'm going to say, dude, let's do it. Next time, let's fight in a fucking octagon. No gloves. I'll let you do whatever you want, bro. Yeah. You can take steroids. I promise you I'll still be 100% natural. We can show up. We can do it in a month. We can do it in 3 months. Yeah. We can do it tomorrow.
Have you ever done anything? Like, do you take creatine? Like ever anything?
Dude, I've had chronic pain for the last 3 years. Yeah. So I'm not even able to like really lift. When I go to the gym, bro, the heaviest weight I lift is 15 pounds.
That's nothing. Dude, that's the point.
Dude, if I could show you pictures, I used to like. Actually, I posted. You seen like when I was showing you pictures of hey, like I've stole some billionaires' girls back in the day when I said you, I used to like.
Yeah, you were saying you were getting some shit on that on my space after. By the way, they were saying that the mathematical. There's like, I think there's like what 100 billionaires in the world or something. Yeah. And you've stolen 2 of their girls. Yeah, 2%.
Bro, I mean, I'm in very rich places, and just I was on one of them. I was on. Actually, to be honest, it was 3 of them. I forgot.
These billionaires, they probably don't have riz, is what you're saying, right? They can't,
Well, at the end of the day, bro, like usually most billionaires, they're typically a little older and a lot of times they work a bunch. And I've set up systems where I'm pretty smart. I've done things where it's like, hey, I have like companies for me that are self-operating, like the same as my sports picks. Like I hire the people to work for me and it happens, right? There's not much work for you. I can sit here and come talk. I have a lot of free time on my hands. Yeah. So a lot of these guys, the billionaires, dude, they have no time to give and they're not lovers.
So you steal their girls.
And I'm a lover. Well, it's not, I don't try to, but like in general, it's kind of funny. Like usually the girls that I do like are the ones that are taken. If that makes sense, because it's a chase.
Yeah. It's a chase.
So it's been like that kind of situation.
You like what you can't have, Perry. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. Don't we all?
It's true.
Don't we all?
It is true.
So yeah, so that's basically what happened. So I used to be in like, dude, if back in the day, I would have fucking lit Moz. Yeah, bro. I was like shredded, 6-pack. I used to work out 6-hour day because I'm also mentally like very.
You don't even fucking sleep. Like, have you always been like that? You don't sleep or what?
Dude, there was a period of my time I went 9 months no sleep playing online poker every day. I was making like 30,000.
Yeah, you're saying you're poking your eyes with toothpicks or some shit like that.
Stay awake, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense.
I work a bunch, bro, and so my brain's always racing. And like even you saw, bro, after the fight, right? Yeah. The second after the fight's done, Mozzie's there crying, like begging to stop.
Well, and he lost the fight. He was like, he was hit. His face was bloody,
Dude, yeah, he lost the fight, and then he was he's like, bro, like you pushed me, you didn't fucking do anything. And then like, that's why I came to give him respect.
Yeah.
Once the fight finished.
Right.
And I was like, bro, like respect. Like
Yeah.
I was being super nice. And then he came at me in person saying, yo, you didn't do anything to me. All you did was push me.
Right.
And I said, bro, if that's the case, why the fuck's your face bleeding?
Yeah.
And he's like, bro, you fucking didn't do nothing to me. I was like, bro, let's go 3 rounds right now. Let's take off the headgear that I didn't want to have to wear.
Yeah.
Let's take off the fucking gloves and let's go at it, motherfucker. I'm ready right now. He goes, oh, you had boxing shoes on. I go, I'll go barefoot against your ass. So
yeah, but that's not even an excuse. You have boxing shoes. It's a boxing fight. So you like he should have came with boxing shoes. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, that guy's never been in a gym in his life. You think he knows what boxing shoes are?
He should have known. He should have known. You know what I mean? That's like showing up to like if you're playing 1-on-1 and you show up in sandals. It's the same thing.
1,000%.
Because he was slipping. He didn't have good like traction on the ring. You know what I mean? Like he put himself at a big disadvantage.
He definitely did.
Yeah.
And I'm ready. Listen, Mozzie, get your shit together, and I'm ready to run that shit back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, listen, I'll gladly instigate a part 2 on the Elff Spaces if you ever want to.
I mean, bro, I already know this. I'm sure, bro. Everyone is begging for you to host an Elff Space.
No, we're doing one tonight.
I'm gonna be on there tonight. Well, let's do it. Okay,
I'm doing it at 6 p.m.
So I'll be on there, and obviously I'm gonna go at Mozzie.
Yeah,
and let's see if he shows up or not.
See if he shows up.
I mean, I'm gonna sit there and talk my shit the same way I do.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Yeah, but like for instance with Mickey, bro, he has nothing to say after his rape because Mickey has nothing, bro. He's checkmated, bro. Like Mickey Mace is absolutely checkmated for being the big fraud on the internet. I have every story to prove it. He has no money, and if you are a winner, I have money to let him play baccarat. His boss won't give him money, obviously, to come play because he knows he's going to lose. So it's just like the only thing he could come up with is a fake allegation, which I proved wrong, and now he's just silent again.
Yeah.
But listen, Mickey, I have a platform, buddy. Like, I'm calling you out openly, bro. That shit's going to be put all over the internet. Like, I mean, he's going to have to say something eventually. But what is he going to say, bro? There's nothing for him to say.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's up to Mickey.
Well,
I'm not gonna speak
let's
for
have him go on the podcast 100%. That's why Elff is so good, by the way. But when he does come on, Elff knows how to stir the shit up. He knows how to get things going and whatnot.
Absolutely.
But all right, so
we'll wrap it up.
Perfect. So honestly, we can honestly talk for hours. This has been so good.
Yeah.
We just got let know and we have to.
We're gonna talk more on the spaces later.
So we'll be on the spaces later tonight. These spaces run what, 5 days a week, 4 days a week?
4 days a week. I usually Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Okay.
But usually if there's a dead day, like if we don't do one Monday, we'll do one Wednesday. But we don't do Friday, Saturday because people are out. So they want to watch the Elff show. But yeah, that's the schedule.
Okay, so if that's the schedule, I'll be on there as well. And hopefully Mozzie pulls up. But listen, where do we find the Elff Space at?
On Twitter. So it's at YELFF _ is my @. But if you just search Elff, I'll come up. That's how you find me. Just search Elff.
I mean, to be honest, reason why you haven't plugged it, everyone's already seen it on the whole entire internet. They know who you are. This guy, once again,
not everyone, but
dude, come on. Well, you're getting there, but like you yesterday alone, you got millions of views. Like that shit's gonna only get bigger and bigger and bigger. So
exactly.
Keep up success, man. Keep crushing it, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir.
It's a good podcast. I'm excited to watch it back for sure.
There we go.
Awesome. Cool.